Scenario 1. You're at a carnival. There are two game booths, Project A and Project B. Project A says, win $500, and Project B says, win $100. Which booth do you choose? Obviously, Project A. NPV is like that. It tells you which project makes more money in the long run. Higher NPV equals a bigger prize. Always pick the bigger prize. Scenario 2. Imagine running a lemonade stand. You borrow $50 from your friend and pay them back with interest, but you also give another friend a cut of your profits for investing. WACC is the total cost of borrowing and paying back your buddies. You want this cost to be as low as possible so you keep more profits. Scenario 3. You're about to ride a roller coaster. One ride, the smooth sailor, is calm, slow, and has a low WACC, or low cost. The other, the wild risker, has huge drops and turns, high WACC, and you're going to need to pay extra for the thrill. Higher WACC means more risk, and investors want a bigger reward for taking the risk. Buckle up. Scenario 4. Imagine your friend asks if they should go work at a job that offers $1,000 a week or another job that offers just a percentage of sales. You'll tell them to pick the $1,000 job because it's clear how much they'll make. That's why CFOs love NPV. It gives a clear dollar value of how much money a project will make. Scenario 5. The payback period's blind spot. You've got $10 and you want to buy a video game. If the game pays itself back in a week, which is the payback period, you think you're good, right? But wait, what about the next month when the game might keep paying off and more fun and value? The payback period only tells you when you'll make back your original investment, not how much more you could earn later. It's like missing the after party. Scenario 6, IRR greater than WACC, green light. You're on a road trip and you need to know if you have enough gas to make it to the next pit stop. If your gas, which is IRR, is greater than the miles you need to cover, which is WACC, you're in the clear. You'll make it. In finance, when IRR is greater than WACC, it's a green light. Go ahead and start the project. Scenario 7, discounted payback, money's time travel. Imagine your friend offers to pay you $10 today or $10 next year. You'd obviously take the money today because you could spend it or invest it now. The discounted payback period knows this. It takes into account that money today is worth more than money tomorrow. It's like choosing to have fun now instead of waiting. Scenario 8, debt lowers WACC cheaper than you think. Let's say borrowing money or debt is like buying a movie ticket. It's cheaper than giving away half your popcorn, which represents equity. So if your company uses more debt, it's like saving more popcorn for yourself while still enjoying the movie. More debt equals lower WACC, meaning cheaper financing. Scenario 9. High growth companies and high WACC, the startup roller coaster. Startups are like trying the newest roller coaster. It's super exciting and you might make tons of money, but it's also risky, like it could break down any minute. That's why high growth companies have a higher WACC. They need to attract thrill seekers or investors willing to take a ride on their wild, risky journey. Scenario 10, WACC greater than returns, trouble ahead. Imagine you're paying more in rent than you're making from selling lemonade. That's exactly what happens when WACC is higher than your returns. You're losing money. It's a red flag, like spending $10 to make $5. You're headed for a financial disaster. Scenario 11. IRRs confusing multiple results. More endings than a soap opera. Some projects are like soap operas, twists, turns, and multiple endings. IRR can give more than one answer if the project's cash flow goes up and down like a TV drama. That's why it can be confusing to use IRR for some projects. It's like not knowing how the show will end. Scenario 12, taxes and debt, the secret discount. Debt's like a coupon. You get a discount on your taxes when you borrow money. If your company uses debt, the government gives you a tax shield, meaning your debt is cheaper. It's like getting a $100 loan, but only having to pay back $90. Yay, taxes. Scenario 13, mirror one clear answer. Ever been lost with two roads to pick from? The mirror, or modified internal rate of return, is like having a GPS that shows just one clear route. It avoids the problem of getting multiple results from the original IRR. No more guessing. Think of WACC as a high jump in track. To make a project worth doing, it has to jump over that bar, meaning it has to earn more than the WACC. If the project doesn't clear it, it's not worth your time. Keep practicing until you can jump higher than that WACC bar. Your company can reduce WACC by buying cheap seats, using more debt because borrowing is cheaper than selling shares. If interest rates are low, you borrow money just like getting a discount at your favorite movie theater. The payback period is like checking your bank balance after a big purchase. You want to know when you'll be back in the green. Companies love this method because it's simple. It tells them when they'll make their money back, but it ignores everything that happens after that. Scenario 17, cost of equity investors want their cut. When you get help from friends to start a business, they expect a piece of the pie. That's the cost of equity. The return investors expect for putting their money in your company. It's like giving your friends a slice of every pizza you sell. Scenario 18, high WACC. Time to trim the fat. If your WACC is high, it's like running a marathon in a heavy suit. You'll struggle to keep going. Companies should focus on lowering their WACC by cutting costs or borrowing at lower interest rates, making it easier to achieve success. Scenario 19, NPV. It's all about the money. The best thing about NPV is that it looks at all the money a project will make over time, not just the beginning. It's like counting every single dollar you'll earn from a lemonade stand for the next 5 years. The bigger the NPV, the better. Scenario 20, IRR's big assumption, unrealistic goals. The IRR method assumes you'll reinvest all your earnings at the same rate, like expecting every lemonade you sell to always make the same profit. But that's not always true. It's like assuming every day will be sunny when you know there's a chance of rain. Scenario 21, WACC goes up, financing gets expensive. When WACC goes up, it's like shopping during a price hike. Everything gets more expensive. You have to work harder to make enough money to pay for your projects, so it's better to keep WACC low and save on those costs. Scenario 22, reducing WACC. Compete smarter. If your company's WACC is higher than your competitors, you're at a disadvantage. It's like trying to run a race with heavier shoes. To compete, you need to find ways to lower your WACC so you can run faster, be more competitive. Scenario 23. WACC assumes constant risk. That's not realistic. One downside of WACC is that it assumes all projects have the same level of risk, but that's rarely true. It's like assuming every day will have the same weather. It's not always sunny. Some projects have more risk, and WACC doesn't always account for that. Scenario 24. Low interest, more debt. If interest rates are low, borrowing money, debt is like grabbing deals at a sale. Companies can lower their WACC by taking out cheap loans, making it easier to fund new projects and grow the business. It's all about getting those low interest rates. Scenario 25, higher discount rate lowers NPV. Imagine you're deciding how much to pay for a future vacation. The higher the discount rate, or interest, the less you're willing to pay now because future money is worth less. When you increase the discount rate, it lowers the NPV, making future cash flows less valuable.